Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's feature, Lady of Burlesque, from 1943, stars Barbara Stanwyck in a sweet little murder mystery set backstage at a burlesque house. It's based on a novel by Gypsy Rose Lee, an immortal star of the burlesque stage. And we have with us in the studio this evening, Evie Lovelle, star of today's burlesque stage. Evie, I just love this movie so much. I have the musical numbers going through my head all the time. Tell us about it.
Well, I'm a big fan of Barbara Stanwyck, and this is one of those movies, one of 12, that she collaborates with Edith Head, and so there's some beautiful costumes in there as well.
That's right, Edith Head did the costumes on this, and you know, all the other characters in this movie are fun too. I particularly like Gigi and Alice. Tell us a little bit about Gypsy Rose Lee writing this story.
She was very successful at crossing over from her burlesque popularity to a more mainstream popularity. I even have a few ads where I forget what she's advertising, but she was a household name, and part of the reason that happened for her was writing. She wrote several books, and this one was based on the G-string murders.
And with that, let's watch it. Roll it.
Tell you what I'm gonna do.
You didn't forget anything, did you?
Oh, I may forget my lyrics.
Oh, you better not. We're not at the Columbus Gaiety, you know. Dixie, your mom. Your mom.
Gigi,
Oh,
be a good girl, huh?
I'll be rooting for you.
Help you, honey? I'm warning you, comic. Yeah, so the copper that gave me this. No romance in those copper soul sticks. Just because a guy goes through 2 red lights to get
Quiet, Irish. Get upstairs and put your false face on.
Dixie, when I just wanted to wish you luck.
That's okay, comic, but keep it at a distance.
From up above, and this at last, my love, is you.
It's beautiful, Junior, but it's not for me.
Come on and give me heat, 'cause I don't like my music sweet. I want to feel my impulse beat. Take it off the E string, play it on the G string. If this gives you a thrill, it's happening much against my will, and only 'cause I've caught a chill. Take it off the E string, play it on the G string. What goes a lot goes when I do my act. Boys, it's a fact. Whenever I'm applauded, you're rewarded. Each time the drummer jumps, I get goose flesh big as lumps. I start breaking out in bumps. Brother, I'm making my eggs and bacon, earning my pay, just by shaking this way, 4 shows a day. Time was when crime was if you stole some dough. Now that ain't so, 'cause if you lack attire, it's the Black Mariah.
Lady Godiva.
I know what you're waiting for.
Been waiting a week.
And I've a mind to do some more.
I'll stick around.
But I don't want to break the law. 'Cause listen, brother, I've got a mother, old and gray.
Bet she's a Lulu.
I support her this way, 4 shows a day.
Supper after the show tonight.
The only date I make with comics is with the Sunday funnies.
It'll be all right with me. Sunday morning breakfast.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be.
Hey, you forgot to take your hand out of that one.
You let him in the aisle.
Evie, burlesque is something that I always associated with a bygone era, and yet here you are in it today in the 21st century. Tell us how you got into burlesque.
Well, there was several things that, first, there has to be an interest, and then a way to it. And so my interest in burlesque began with some magazines. I had the Beauty Parade, or Beauty on Parade, and Carnival and Show magazine. And the women were pinup models, but also dancers. And so it would tell you a little bit about the Earl Carroll Theater and also the follies that were going on at the time. But mostly Los Angeles had a big boom with the Earl Carroll Theater and just the height of glamour at that time. They had a sign that said, like, through these walls past the most beautiful women in the world, or I can't remember the exact quote, but it was a different time. And then from that interest, I found a mentor, and so for a few years I was mentored by Catherine Delish.
We now return to Cheese Theater.
It's gin. Alcohol like they use in hospitals. Yeah, well, I know a better place to use it. Give me it. And the next time you girls pull a free-for-all, don't pull it during my act. It's tough enough doing something artistic for those lugs out there without you and Dolly calling each other by your right names.
What'd you do, honey? Drop your spangle?
And it was embarrassing, believe me. But very successful. What hit me?
Well, Evie, I notice you're not in costume, but we are going to show a performance of yours. So why don't you tell us about that?
All right. This filming took place at the Nouvelle Eve in Paris. It was broadcast on New Year's Day, and the circumstances surrounding this couldn't have been more stressful for me. My hair rollers exploded, and then so did my steamer, so I have flat hair and a wrinkly costume, and now it's, documented forever and ever. It's actually available for purchase, even.
But, yeah, but you still, there must have been something that made up for all these problems.
Oh, it was a beautiful location. The Nouvelle Eve just has this, we walked into it and just couldn't stop looking around. I think I have video footage of just the facility for at least, several minutes of just wandering around. The architecture's beautiful. The floor lights up different colors.
Oh, so it's a new beautiful.
No, it was something that they kind of added a little zing to, but it is an old cabaret venue. With
all the Baroque
Very much so. Yes, there's cherubs holding gilded sashes, flowers. It's very beautiful.
Sounds great. And we'll cut to that right here. And here it is, Evie Lovelle in Paris.